What is an entry-level AR-15? What does entry-level even mean? Welcome back to cacticalmain, guys. Today I want to talk about entry-level AR-15s and what does entry-level actually mean. Thanks for stopping by the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe down below. If you have, and you've been a subscriber for the channel, I would like to thank you for your continued support and hanging in there with this weird dude. This video is aimed towards the new firearm owner, someone who's looking at getting their first AR-15 that has never gotten one before, and they keep hearing the term entry-level AR-15. Entry-level, entry-level, entry-level. What does it mean? Some people get the common misconception that entry-level means it's easier to operate. They think it means it's easier to shoot, easier to function. It's not any of that. Entry level does not mean it's easier to use. Entry level does not mean it's easier to load the magazines. It doesn't mean it's easier to clean. It doesn't mean it's easier to fire. It doesn't mean it's easier to be accurate. Entry level is a basic term used for a cheaper version of the AR-15 platform. Okay, if you haven't seen already, you know, an AR-15 like my Daniel Defense rifle, I'll have a link in the description down below if you want to go take a look at it. That is far from entry level, okay? That is, it's, I don't even know if you would classify it as, you know, have an entry level, novice, beginner, mid level. It doesn't have to do with skill. It has to do with features on the rifle and the quality of the components. Okay, so an entry-level rifle is going to be missing some components. It's going to be made with cheaper material, and it kind of just, I don't want to say cutting corners, because there's some fantastic entry-level ARs out there with extremely good quality and accuracy, but there are some things that it's not going to have. One of the most popular entry-level AR-15s is a Smith & Wesson M&P Sport. Okay, they've come out with the Sport 2 now, which is actually quite a step up, but the M&P Sport is missing some components, okay? It doesn't have a forward assist, it doesn't have a dust cover. That's just areas where they left certain features out to bring the price of the rifle down to an entry-level standpoint. Okay, do you need a forward assist? No, you don't. They come on most rifles nowadays anyways. Me personally, if I'm not in a combat situation, I will never use a forward assist. If I have to jam around in there, I'm gonna go ahead and take the rifle apart and look down the bore of that rifle to make sure there's not a squib load or anything in there that's preventing that bullet from going in there, because if you just jam that bullet in there and pull the trigger, you could have just made yourself a pipe bomb and blow it up on yourself. So forward assist, I don't care about that. I never use it. Dust covers as well. You don't need a dust cover unless you're rolling around in the dirt outside, okay? So those are features that are left off of some rifles to make them entry level, make them a little bit more affordable, because let's face it, we don't know yet if we want an AR-15. Well, we know we want one, but we don't know if we like it, right? So instead of spending in upwards of $1,000, upwards of $1,500, they make these cheaper models so you can try it out before breaking the bank. Okay, if you broke the bank and you're like, wow, I don't even like this platform, you know, I prefer the AK more or something like that, then you just spend a shitload of money that you might not get back on reselling that firearm. That's why they make entry level, and that's why they're called entry level. They're cheaper for the beginner, okay? They don't make anything easier. Another area where they can skimp out on is the actual bolt, okay? You'll have the commercial bolt, which I haven't seen a commercial bolt offered in a rifle in a very long time. I think most manufacturers have completely gone away from the commercial bolt. Then you have the AR-15 bolt, which some still come with. I'm not quite sure what the M&P Sport 2 has. I haven't gone to the gun store and actually looked at one, but I'm not sure. But you get the AR-15 bolt. Then you got the M16 profile bolt, which I believe most manufacturers include nowadays, the M16 bolt carrier actually. And you know, it's just another way for them to cut corners. If there's a commercial bolt carrier in your firearm, they've cut corners, okay? AR-15 bolt carrier is just fine. Me personally, I prefer to have the M16 bolt carrier. I just want that extra mass on there. Does it do anything? Who knows? Probably not, but I prefer to have the full M16 bolt carrier group. Another thing is the buffer tube on the actual rifle itself. Could be a commercial buffer tube, which is a little bit thinner, not as great. Supposedly, I don't know, I'm not running around beating the crap out of people with the butt of my rifle. But then, you know, you have the MilSpec grade, and that's a whole nother thing too. Most entry-level rifles are not MilSpec. What is MilSpec? It's just the standards that the military has set to rifle manufacturers on how they want something made. A good MilSpec AR15 is not going to be entry-level. It's going to cost more money to bring that rifle up to military specifications. One of the biggest things in MilSpec, besides the bolt and the bolt carrier, is the barrel itself. Okay, what is it made out of? What is it lined with? A chrome lined barrel might cost a little bit more than a melanited barrel. You know, that's neither here nor there, I don't know. And your twist rate, you know, MilSpec is a 1 in 7 twist, which is a little too fast for your lighter 55 grain loads. But you really don't see a degradation in accuracy until you start pushing out the distance. But let's face it, a 16-inch barrel, you're not going to be pushing out 500 yards on a daily basis. But, you know, there are 1 in 9 twist rifles that are very great. A lot of 1 in 9 twists are on the entry level and even the advanced rifles. Again, advanced doesn't mean it's harder to shoot or anything like that. Sights. A lot of people tell me, and I hear a lot of people talking, that entry-level rifles don't come with sights. You know, the more advanced rifles come with better sights and this and that. I got an $1,800 Daniel Defense that came with no sights, no rear sights, no front sights. So it does not matter. Do your due diligence before buying a rifle, especially if it's sight unseen, like if you're ordering it online. Make sure you do your due diligence quite a bit. Maybe drink some Mountain Dew while you're at it, huh? And find out if you need to purchase sights. Iron sights. Do you need to purchase iron sights with that? Okay. Another thing on entry-level rifles is your handguards. Your handguards, 9 out of 10 times, are just going to be your standard handguard. You're not going to have this long-ass, you know, slim, all the way out to the muzzle, key-mount rail or M-lock rail. It's just not going to be on there for the price point of an entry-level AR. Also, you're on an entry level, you're going to come with the standard A2 flash hider 9 out of 10 times. You're not going to have a fancy break on there that's going to help with recoil mitigation or anything like that. Entry level, again, entry level does not mean it's easier to shoot. It just means corners have been cut to drive the cost down, to see if you really want an AR-15 before you go out and spend a buttload of money. Well, you know what, cacticalmain? I'm on a budget. I'm on a tight budget. We all are. We all are, okay? So why would I want to go out and spend $500, $600 and I don't even know if I like it? Why would I do that? Well, because that's a lot better than spending $1,000, right? So the entry-level rifle gives you that standpoint, okay? You buy it, let's just say you buy it for $600. You go out, you put a couple hundred rounds through it. You decided you like the AR-15 platform. And while you're at the range, you got to shoot one that has a nice key-mount rail on it, or a nice M-lock rail, free flow all the way out, and you fall in love with that. Now you know you like the AR-15 platform, you've cleaned it, you're okay with the cleaning, the proper cleaning and lubrication of it, you like the round. Now you're more comfortable to upgrade to that one. But you're on a tight budget, right? Like we all are. You sell that $600 rifle, you're probably going to get $500 to $550 from it on a private sale. If you take it back to the gun store, you ain't going to get nothing for it. You ain't going to get nothing. You're not going to get close to what you paid for on that. You might get $300. Okay, but you put that money towards your new rifle. Okay, or you just save up and you have your entry-level rifle until you've saved up enough to get the more expensive rifle. It's better to do it that way and start out entry-level and move up than it is to start at the top and find out you hate it. That $2,000 rifle you spent money on, you can't sell it for $1,100, okay? I'm sure you could, if you spent the time, you could find a buyer to get it for about $1,700, $1,800. but you're never gonna get what you paid for, okay? The only way you're gonna have that happen is if there was a rifle ban, okay? That's the only way you're gonna make money on selling a used firearm. And let's just face it, we don't wanna prey on rifle bans to make money because then we're not gonna be able to get any more rifles, right guys? So there you have it, guys. I hope I've explained it good enough for you. Entry level doesn't mean it shoots any easier, doesn't mean it's easier to operate, it doesn't mean it's easier to clean. It just means it's cheaper and more affordable to see if you really want that rifle, if you really want that rifle platform. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, new guys, let me know in the comments down below. Thumbs up, subscribe if you can, and stay tuned for the next video.